Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me out there? Emmy's battling with her internet, so just give us one moment if you would, please. Can you guys hear me out there? Well, shit. Yep, sorry for the hold up, guys. Give me just 1 minute here.
Hey guys, can you hear me? So sorry about that. My internet completely crashed. Didn't think we were going live because the button said cannot connect. Yeah, Sinner was on screen for about 2 minutes without me.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
So hopefully my internet will not die again. However, we are getting a lot of rain, so that could be why it's acting the way it is. So there we go. No intro, I guess. Unless you did hear the intro, I'm not sure.
No, I didn't hear or see any intro. What's up, Crispy? What's up, everybody? Jeez, what up, dude? Hey, Mac, I heard you're in Cali. Yeah, I panicked for a second. I wasn't sure where you went, Emmy. Oh, did she go again? All right. Well, what's up, SoFlo? Sinner about scare. Yeah, I know. Well, I wasn't sure if you guys could hear me at all. My bad. What's up, SoFlo? Are you in the pool, SoFlo? You should be. It's Saturday. Ninja Orchard said the weather here is for the ducks. That's whack. All right, guys. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I gotta put this on hold until Emmy figures out her internet.
I'm
So,
back, but I don't
oh,
know for how long because it's
okay.
yeah, as soon as I was looking at my phone and I'm like, why isn't it moving? And then my laptop refreshed and said cannot connect.
Well, what's life without a little drama, right?
Yeah, seems like that's what's happening here.
Yeah, sorry
Um,
about that.
but it's good to know that if I do get kicked off, that you're still there until I
Yes,
get back.
just hanging out on the internet. Yeah, that is interesting. Kind of I am set up so I can see the chat too, so I could just chop it up, but you know.
Yikes.
Hey Steph B, Okie
Yep.
Crime News, Cocoa Puff.
And I
All the
see
haters in the
Ninja Orchard here.
shout out to all my haters in the bushes.
Lisa, yeah. So I was looking for because St. Patty's Day is coming up, and I was like, I'm gonna try to find a St. Patrick's cupcake. And then I saw those with the Oreos, and I was like, okay, this is the one I want. And it's also today daylight savings ends. So Don't forget to turn your clocks ahead. If you have clocks that need to be turned ahead.
Bring forward, yeah. It's also National Get Over It Day, if that applies to anyone out there. Happy holidays.
Hey,
Corinne
Corinne.
says, I'm not a hater. Cool.
Oh yeah, Corinne is she's really close with Layla Santinello's dad and stepmom.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yep. She says this
They
would
are.
be a good time to get coffee. Be right back.
Yeah, I didn't know she had a relationship with them, but that's good to know. I mean, they're good people from everything I've heard.
Yes, also Women's History Month. Europe, not yet. Anyone in Europe? We change. Oh, wow. In Europe, you change on March 31st? I didn't know that. It was later than the States. Oh, and happy birthday to your daughter, Pookie.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
wait. Her son's birthday's today. Her daughter's birthday. Oh, is St. Patty's Day?
What's up, Road Rash? Yeah, me being from Pittsburgh, St. Patrick's Day is taken very seriously. I mean, I think second or third only to like New York City, Boston, of course.
Just Jake, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I know it had gone through, like, I don't know if it was through if it goes through the House first. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm going to look that up because let's see, is this the last daylight savings?
It's interesting that the UK is 3 weeks later than we are with the daylight, with the change of time, right? I didn't know that.
So it says, as of now, no states have adopted a legislative change since 2022. So the states that have legislation in the works, however, are Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New York, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Vermont, and Oregon.
Okay.
And that was 4 days ago. The Senate voted Monday in favor of a bill that would end. Oh, that's Oregon. So their Senate voted in favor of a bill that would end daylight savings time. So then that would be weird, though. So if only those states adopt to eliminate daylight savings, then time zones are going to be different within the same time zone.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. Well, Arizona doesn't recognize it. No, I think Remy's saying that. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Arizona doesn't recognize daylight savings. I don't think New Mexico does either, but I may be wrong about that one. I just wanted to talk. Hey, Ash Tastic. I just wanted to talk about her comment. She was talking about bar crawls on the south side of Pittsburgh. Yes, that's a very popular thing to do in Pittsburgh, but I haven't done that for years. I outgrew that. I would hang out in Lawrenceville and Bloomfield. The south side's pretty much, where all the University of Pittsburgh students live. It's like one big cake party.
Oh, so Corinne says she likes daylight savings. It's very helpful. Oh, Florida has 2 different time zones? I didn't know that. Oh, the Panhandle. Okay. Yeah, so other than that, what else is going on? I haven't been on YouTube much this week. I did catch a few things that I found interesting. Yeah, that's true, Remy. I say later in the summertime works for year round. What's the difference if you get up in the dark or get home in the dark?
Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah. It's been an interesting week. I spent most of my time off of the internet, and I don't know. I've been getting reports that I've been blamed for all kinds of weird shit. Um, none of it had anything to do with me. It seems as though I've become like the boogeyman for the hive. Is that's to say that anything that goes wrong in their life is now my fault or responsibility, or I'm one of who they refer to as they now in quotations. I'm not sure who the fuck the they is they keep talking about, but I'm not associated with anyone, except for this channel and Emmy, really. So they're confused. I think they honestly still think that I'm in their own words, which I don't know how many times I can say I'm not, but they're not very bright, so they'll catch on eventually. It takes them 2 or 3 days to figure out what's going on, anyways. Usually, but I don't know. Recently, they're accusing me of doxing some people. I've never doxed anyone ever, not once. Don't plan on it. Hope I never even, hope it never even happens by accident.
Yeah, and I can't say if they've mentioned, I mean, usually when they mention you, they mention me these days.
Yeah.
And I do want to say though, it's like to call me head job or hand job. Like, what are we in 7th grade?
No, I mean it just really points to the character, the type of people they are. Just real dirtbags. Opposite of classy. I don't know. There's probably, they're crass and they're crude and they're, you know, like I've said before, they just the way they talk says everything about them. But
Creativity
yeah,
is not one of the strong points. Yeah, well, I mean, but then again, calling me head job would, in my
yeah,
opinion, allude to the fact that I have mental issues, which, if I'm not mistaken, was a point of contention not too long ago.
oh, it sure was. I mean, I didn't me saying something about Rowena like months ago cause her to cry quit the internet, or was that something else? Or was it a big fucking act exactly like I said it was? These people are just wildly predictable. But no, I haven't doxed anyone. I never have, never will. Um, I don't go by my first name on YouTube. I never have. I never will. I mean,
Nor have I.
yeah,
I have always been Emmy Headstone on YouTube.
yeah. Well, I guess we should start with that, right? I mean,
Road Rash, the B, has been referring to me as either head job or hand job. I guess it depends on the day. Um,
yes,
Either
she.
way, it's crass, as Sinner said, and rather immature because, like I said, are we in 7th grade? No, we're adults. But to each their
I
own, I
mean,
suppose.
yeah, I don't expect adult movement at all. I mean, I heard someone refer to that situation as adult daycare, and that's like the most accurate shit I've heard. Because that's exactly what it is. I mean, let's face it,
Well,
it
and
is what it
so
is.
speaking of, and I don't know in this clip if I'm referred to as head job. I think I'm referred to as head job
Yeah.
in this one.
And
So
I also noticed that beast of a woman keeps saying for the slow ones in the back. Like she keeps repeatedly saying that during. Oh, and I would like to personally thank her for turning the transcripts on, so I don't have to listen to her fucking voice. I can just read what happened. It makes things so much more pleasant. Thank you. But to call Emmy a head case and to continuously say for
well,
the
head
slow ones
job.
in the head
Head
job,
job.
and to continuously say for the slow ones in the back, for the slow ones in the back. First of all, that's crude. Second of all, I don't know how to break it to you, but your whole situation that is the slow. You are the slow ones in the back. I mean, I'm not too many people have told you that, but I'm telling you that now. Most people are too nice to say that, but that's what it is.
Oh, so Pookie said so she's using Laura's line. I don't remember. I didn't realize Laura said that. I guess I've never really paid attention.
Yeah, I heard a few minutes of Laura earlier. She was hilarious.
Oh, Jenny said I made a comment with 0 name calling and she came at me with name calling. That's why. Oh, why she is a bully. Okay. Her message
Oh,
got cut off.
oh yeah, an absolute bully. Like, just like a struggling cult leader sort of vibe is what I get. It's exactly what, pimps and cult leaders do, the same type of business that she does, basically collect dirt on people to be able to control the situation in order for financial gain. And that's what we're looking at, folks. I mean, I'm not creating a conspiracy here. I'm just telling you what I can see with my own 2 eyes.
And Cheese has a good point. It's just one cliche after the other.
I know that's right. I mean, it's wild. I was literally on the beach and I was getting accused of all kinds of weird shit. Oh, that leads me to maybe one of the first things. My channel, The Sinner, she hasn't struck. I don't understand. She keeps saying, I struck Cinny. I struck Cinny. First of all, calling me Cinny is weird. I don't understand why you're trying to, like, talk about a 46-year-old man like they're a child. It's creepy, lady. First of all, you can call me Sinner. That's fine. Or just don't say my name at all. That works even better. But if I'm on the beach and I'm getting messages that you're saying I'm doxing people and you're striking my channel down and my channel is gone, you're just fucking losing your shit over there. Don't even have to react to you, but just an hour or so on Saturday. It's all you're worth. You're over there every single day running your mouth about me. All lies. So yeah, you stated very boldly on your live that Emmy and I have.
Oh, you're cut. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know where I got cut off, but what I was getting at is she said boldly on her live the other day that we went by our real names on YouTube and she has screenshots. I'm gonna need to see those fucking screenshots. Serve
Yes.
those screenshots up like immediately because I think we got you in yet another lie. I'm
and
talking
just
like
to show where it was said, because again,
oh yeah, roll the tape, Bobby Lee.
And it's very short clip, 50 seconds. I will stop it and for fair use, of course.
I'm gonna need you all to cut the shit. The crybaby shit is done, for real. Y'all are making yourselves look damn dumb, for real. Absolutely ridiculous. Then we got Stalker Shady over here, who cannot.
And I was hoping Shady would be in the chat, but I know she's probably off doing whatever she does on the weekends. So yeah. So the conversation started about Chronicles of the Shady. And then of course,
yeah, Well, she keeps lumping us together. I mean, she thinks that like I'm good friends with Joneson and Shady, and the fact is, I don't even communicate with these people. And even if I did, it's none of her fucking sloppy ass business. I mean, that's just a fact. But I mean, the shit is getting old. Like it seems to me like the more we distance ourselves from her catastrophe, the more she gets infuriated and wants to like drag us into her little sloppy situation. Not gonna happen. Too smart for that shit. Nice try.
You know, she wants to go make a million videos and see, you know, you might be accepted over there as Savages, but you ain't accepted over here. That's for damn sure. You never will be. Because you got something wrong with you, girl. You want to say,
Oh,
Again, something wrong with you. What?
so
Just diagnosing people left and right with things wrong with them.
so
Meanwhile, sorry.
so if people talk about you or make videos about you, there's something wrong with you,
Yep.
or you're a head job, or you're, you know, a slow one in the back.
Yeah, or something's off with them. You know, that's another common one.
So is it only for those who make videos about her, or is it a
Yep.
general statement that anyone
No,
who
no.
makes videos about one person incessantly has something wrong with them? Because I could name a lot of people who review the same
Yeah.
person over and over, myself
Yeah.
included at one point.
No. It's only a problem if it's negative for her cash income. I mean, anything else is fair game. You could do whatever you want, but if it affects her money at all, then it's a problem. So, I mean, that's what, if you play by those rules, then she'll love you. But I don't give a fuck about her money. I don't give a fuck about her little weird lawyer either. None of it has anything to do with me or this channel. We're not breaking the law here. She's the weirdo that's up to no good, not us. Threatening people with her lawyer. That's hilarious.
Excuse me. Hey, Narcos, I hope you're feeling better. I was actually asking about you the other day. And Sinner told me you weren't feeling well, so I hope you're feeling better.
Hey, the good Nanya's here too.
Yep. I did see her. Hey, me. Good to see you. Go Bulldogs. Go Bulldogs, actually, you know, I've said it before, but Go Bulldogs has been with me since the very first time I went live. So I appreciate them.
That's awesome. Yeah, they definitely stick up for you.
sit here and make video after video, tag me and tag me and tag me. But you know what? We're all blocked on your shit. So how you gonna make video after video after video and throw a fucking fit? And and another thing too, you want to call out by first names? Are you sure you want to do that, Shady? Because the minute you start calling me by my name, I'm gonna start calling you by yours.
Okay. And so, right. Of course, and just to, Shady did respond and said, pretty much bring it, because you don't know my name. But yeah, I haven't seen anything else. So, hey, Twist. Oh no, Narcos, you can't get rid of this bug, I call it. That's no good.
Well, my advice to Narcos would be to lounge.
Hey, Queen Bella, good to see you. Drive safe, Lisa.
So I want you to understand that when you make that choice. Now, Dave got called Dave because Dave goes by Dave the Sinner. That is his name.
No,
I got a screenshot of it. I can put it up.
Let's see that motherfucking screenshot, lady, because that's another lie. I mean, the way she just lies on lies, like king size lies. So yeah, I never went by Dave on YouTube. Just never happened. I did on other platforms that maybe she heard that from, but I thought you know, if it didn't happen on YouTube, you don't do it. So really what it is anonymity means nothing to this savage ass. She doesn't care. She's been doxxed so many times that she has lost the ability to understand the value of, you know, not having your name out there the way she likes to, you know, again, collect the dirt and then control the situation. Except she met her match with me because I don't give a fuck about her or her lawyer.
And Nunya says, what's interesting is how would she know Shady's name? They were never friends before that I know of. Would this be the newest docs in the inbox? I don't know, just listening to the words.
Oh, none. Yeah, I know what she's talking about. That was a Discord, but I was not friends with her in Discord. And I mean, that's a different platform.
Right. She's saying YouTube.
Yeah,
And
specifically said YouTube, and she's got screenshots of that.
yes.
What's up, Gina Diamond? Yeah, sorry, Gina. I've been out of touch. I've been fucking real busy, and then I had to go lay on the beach for a little bit.
Up on the screen. Emily went by Emily when she first came here, and I got a screenshot.
And again, I want to see the
Never
screenshot
happened.
because I have always been Emmy Headstone on YouTube. Always. I've always been Emmy Headstone. So,
yeah.
And I told Sinner, if she has the screenshot and she can prove that I did, then I did. I will
She
apologize.
doesn't have any screenshots. That's why she scooted right past this as quickly as possible before any of her little vampires called her out on it. I mean, not like they would anyways. They're all little fucking, you know, yes men, bunch of dodo birds over there.
I can put it up on the screen.
I can put it up on the screen. Well, why didn't you? Oh, right. Because it probably doesn't exist.
Sure don't. Sure don't.
Yes. So just a quick little clip.
Yeah, if she had screenshots, she would have started with those fucking screenshots. Like, who are we kidding here? I mean, I thought she was an OG. Did she not know how this works?
Oh, Misty has a good point. It probably came in those imaginary emails she's always talking about and never shows.
Yeah.
Hey, love wins. Oh, we'll never see those receipts.
So,
well, you know, I mean, we asked for them nicely on our community page, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you think, like, I put myself in her stink ass shoes just for a second, and I would imagine that if it were the other way around and I had those screenshots, I would have, you know. And it surprises me because didn't she say she's an OG of this YouTube? Isn't it like the Hive OG? Like she's like supposed to be good at this or something because she's not. She would just have those screenshots whenever she said that. Not try to scoot straight through it, like bamboozle her. A bamboozler up to some severe shenanigans. That's what it is. She's a buster.
My question was, what does that have to do with Shady? We have nothing to do with Shady.
Not at all. Just we have common interest in knowing you're a bag of shit. I mean, other than that, like, I mean, I don't even agree with everything that Shady says. I don't go over there and just like everything. I'm not, I'm not a blind dummy like your followers are.
Oh, Nanya says we probably didn't get the memo. It's now say whatever you want with no receipts, but make sure you say you have receipts even though you don't.
That's how it works.
My bad. So I shouldn't have been showing our receipts. We should have just said it. Dang it. I did not get the memo, but thank you for that. Cheese says, did anyone catch Mary Poppins' rant on Crocs and flip-flops? I did not. However, I did hear about they were having a Croc discussion, which I am not a fan of Crocs. I have never been, never will be. But that sounds like something interesting that maybe, you know.
It's fitting. I mean, maybe Timmy can find, some life in like fashion critiquing. But it is also ironic because that, that whole channel is a crock of shit. So it's relevant in some way.
Does OG stand for ogre? That I don't know. Possibly.
That's pretty good. But yeah. So yeah, long story short, when it comes to that, I received no strikes. I mean, I'm at all on my channel. I think because she struck in their own words 3 times and then did
privacy strike, I believe.
A privacy strike in addition to those 3 strikes. So she's really trying to shut in their own words down. So is that what she meant? Like when she said, I'm taking Cindy's channel? Because bitch, you ain't taking shit. Like I didn't do anything to have anything taken from anyone. You don't scare me. I don't understand how many times I have to keep saying that. It's almost as if you can't hear. It's weird.
And I just saw a comment I wanted to read, and no, I don't. I agree with you, SoFlo. I agree with you about Crocs. Shoot, now I can't find it. Oh, Twist says, why use Mary Poppins negatively? I love Mary.
Well, I don't know where it originated. I think maybe Cheese came up with it. It was just a funny thing. Just keep waiting for Timmy to just float away with his umbrella and just leave the chaos. I mean, he was allowed.
Oh boy, something's going on. Sinner keeps getting cut off.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why it's doing that. It's like muting me. What's up, Granny's watching? Sorry about that. Where did I leave off? Oh, what I was saying is the Mary Poppins thing. It's just funny to think about Tim floating away from the dumpster fire that's the hive, because for a few months here, I thought he was the only one with any like rational sense, but it turns out he doesn't have rational sense either. So they're all in there are a bunch of awkward peas in a pod over there.
Stevie says,
Stevie's coming in hot.
You guys said she was lying about the students in the chat, and she was actually right. No, my students have never been in my chat.
Not once, not ever, not one single time. So Stevie,
Yes, I've talked about them, and yes, obviously I've been proven that I gave them school store tickets if they would sub. Again, that was almost a year ago, and unlike other people who have, they can remember every single thing they say every single day, every single minute, second of the year. They were never in my chat. My niece was in my chat, and I've admitted that. She's been on panel with me. But again, that's none of anyone's business when it was between my sister and myself. Who, of course, my sister is my niece's mother, just for those of you who may not.
No, and there were no students subbed to the channel either. I mean, it's hard to know exactly who's subbed to your channel, but never once.
And with that, let me just, because I did see a post from the Bee directed to Shady about her analytics, because someone apparently called her out about some kid who she let up on panel.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Her analytics said that no one under 18 watched her channel. Well, same for me. And I will produce those receipts if one should need them, because
she won't show us those analytics, I assure you. Because she acknowledged herself that there was a fucking child on her channel. And then she acknowledged that she had some kind of fucking relationship, tinkering in quotations, with this kid for the last 3 years. He sounded like he was 14, so she's been hanging out with this kid since he was 11. Stranger fucking danger, if you ask me.
Yes,
but but then criticize Emmy for having her niece under full supervision of the child's mother and being family, and on a far more respectable channel, and with a host of a show that is a trained professional to be around children as a profession. And you're comparing that to fucking this dumpster over there.
And
fuck out of here.
My sister was in the chat with my niece.
Exactly.
So, but again, they probably didn't know who my sister was, because she doesn't go by her legal name on YouTube, because we now know better, obviously. So
yeah, it's none of their business. They're a bunch of fucking weirdos. And Timmy's over there co-signing that weird shit. So they can all suck it, in my opinion.
Oh, hey, Laura, what's going on? Riddle me this. Why do people think B. Tim is smart? The man shows his stupidity every time he opens his mouth.
He does. And he just keeps getting worse. He's turning into an actual bad guy now, because he's, not only is he not doing anything, but he's like relishing in the shit show.
Nunya says, you know what's really interesting to me? Video after video that channel is doing and not addressing anything. I'm not sure what channel you were referring. Yeah, that's true, Remy. Let's say they had come in chat. How the hell would anybody know by username? Yeah. I mean, they may have been in there, but I wouldn't have known. And they weren't my students anymore because again, I left that job.
Yeah, I mean, if we became aware that there were any minors in this channel at any time, whether it be as a subscriber or in chatting, they would just fucking instantly be blocked. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, unless it's a family member of ours and then they're supervised, it's none of fucking Becky's business. I mean, imagine how insane it would be if you had to check in with some fucking career criminal that's in a lawsuit and that's how she's, quasi famous in this little weird corner of YouTube. You know, she's actually convinced herself that she's fucking important for some reason. Strange as fuck. She's not. I mean, I hate to break it to her.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, Remy. So when I first started reviewing Betty, I wasn't associated with the Bee or anyone else. Like before I started my channel, I was over there. I watched, I chatted. I was actually on panel once, long before, about some case that I was following. And then I was blocked, which actually was a blessing in disguise because that's when I started my channel. And then I had nothing to do with over there. And so it was me, my true crime, my cases that I talked about. Mostly it was about Betty. And when I knew Betty, because I watched things ahead of time, when I knew Betty was going to be a little out of pocket, it was decided that my niece would not be allowed to be in chat or watch. So that's what happened. And
yeah, I mean,
it wasn't vulgar. It wasn't nasty. I wasn't calling people head job or hand job or running their
or sour
don't even
piss.
like the word.
Sour piss. I mean, sour piss is pretty good too. I mean, they're just so they had exactly like bullies do, just come up with the most crude things to say. You know, they need some fucking love in their life. Let's be honest. It's just fucking. It's almost just as sad as it is infuriating. You know, which is a fucking strange quagmire to be in. Thanks, Crispy. I appreciate that. Says he's been liking the AI art. I find if you just take your time when you use those generators and if you just slow down when you're doing it, the product's a little better.
Oh, Granny says there's a minor floating around these channels. She's 15. Many don't care. I don't even know that name. I've never seen that name before. But now I know it, so if I see it, actually, I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, I mean, just as grown-ups here on this platform, if there are kids around, you just fucking block them. If it's somebody's kid and they're on, up there with their parents, then it's none of our fucking business unless so long as they're being appropriate. You know, there's plenty of YouTube channels that are families, and I don't really like that stuff, but it's not for us to say. You definitely don't want children like hanging out at the Hive whenever it's like a full buzz over there talking about the most vulgar child victim cases in the most inappropriate ways, and then interjecting, a spoof video of JP and everyone starts cackling like a maniacs seconds after a press conference. You know what I mean? About the most crazy, vulgar things. So, I mean, that would be the worst environment for a child to be ever.
Yeah, and I had PG content. And then it was decided again, because I'm an adult, along with my sister, when Betty started really ramping up her attacks against me, there were things being stated in chat that another person was in my town or near my town. My
Yeah.
sister and I decided that my niece would no longer be allowed to be anywhere near my YouTube ever.
And so, yeah, so let's not
Until we
forget
played that game, obviously, which wasn't about
yeah.
Betty.
Yeah. Yeah, and the person the being in your town is, you know, was a, you know, friend of the hive, someone who was financially supported by the hive. And yes, Becky, I have the clip saying you sent her money for dog food and cigarettes. In case you want to deny that too, I'll just make a short video about it.
Yeah, do they not know what these kids are involved with on TikTok? Listen, TikTok is huge with, I mean, that's what they're doing these days. Kids don't really care about YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Nope, it's all TikTok. That's what they do. They make TikTok videos. They're just always on TikTok. That's what they want to do. And I don't even know if TikTok has, if you have to be 18 to be on TikTok, because clearly they're saying they're 18 when they're not.
Yeah, I don't use TikTok specifically because it's just like a bunch of kids.
I actually started using TikTok again, and I just do shorts, and then I also post them on YouTube. So if you don't have TikTok, that's okay, because I post the same ones on YouTube. Oh, Queen Bella, when she called me and you out with your niece, you were at 500 subs.
Wow, so it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was probably like May.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because in May is when I first started going live, so it had to be, or no, April. I think the end of April is when I started going live. So yeah.
I mean, I was really curious whenever Queen had that I said that. Ugh. When that woman had that child on her panel the other day, and then Boston had the same child on his panel, and then he said to the kid, "Do a little dance for me." Like, what the fuck? Could you imagine if there was a clip of me doing that same exact thing? What they would just it's unacceptable. The double, you know, the weird shit that they do. Should have been blocked right away. There's no gimme dabs. There's none of that. You just block them and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else is unacceptable, and that's what you did.
Oh, thank you. TikTok is 13 plus. Well, then that means there's a lot of kids that are still on TikTok that shouldn't be on TikTok. Yeah, and SoFlo says, when I went into bars underage, I didn't blame the bar.
Jeez.
Then I gave my sister my fake ID.
Yeah, I mean, they keep calling like Cindy's a liar. Cindy can't stop lying. Tell me one thing. None of them has offered one actual lie that I've told. It's just like a whole complete rhetoric that they've created. You know, just like they're like Scientologists, except not as smart.
And Chris B said, "Sinner, I love the AI art you made of B and BHB."
I saw it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, and yeah, 20 to 35 people in chat. Yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of people. No. Which was fine. And then somehow it changed. Nanya says, I'm curious.
Geez, that's hilarious. He said, I imagine Boston would have a tramp stamp. God.
Oh, come on. Nanya said, when did you realize that they had a problem with you? So for me, it had to be, with me, it was after the whole Tennessee thing with BHB. And
yeah.
So that would have been end of October? October-ish? or maybe it was sooner.
I think it was early October. I don't it all runs together,
Maybe
to be
end of
honest.
September. So that's
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I mean, if we're talking like real problem with me, there was a problem with me way back when I first got blocked, when I allegedly said, and I'm not refuting that, I probably did say I was going to go live, and then I was blocked in B's chat. So that's, but we never really had this problem. Like we didn't like each other, and that was fine. We were civil and respectful. And then it had to have been after the whole Tennessee thing with BHB that I don't really know. Honestly, Nunya, for me, I have no idea what caused it to get to this point between B and myself. I really don't know. I mean, Sinner probably has a different take on.
Well, I think it's probably because you started hanging out with a dude online like me that would call her on her shit, you know. And then right away when I started beefing with her, just, you know, pretty randomly, she just started with the lowest blows. She said she accused me of stolen valor, which is not true. My military service is very much honorable and something I pride myself on. So that's just complete bullshit, bordering on slander. And then she said I had domestic violence charges and I hate women, and that's also unfounded and completely untrue. So that's more slanderous bullshit. So I mean, actually, literally just go on and on and on. You know, accuse me of being mentally ill. There's not based on fact whatsoever. She just wants to belittle me and try to put me in a corner, like she says. It's just she doesn't know who she's dealing with, and I absolutely do not mind being underestimated. It's actually a powerful position to be in. And yeah, I think, you know, she saw that she couldn't really do much to me other than everything she tried. So now she goes at Emmy, because Emmy really didn't do anything to her personally.
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Emmy just states the facts, and we all know that the one thing that they fear the most over there is the truth. Because you know, if you start speaking the facts and the truth over there, then it's going to fuck with the money, and we can't do that.
Yeah, and that's actually, now that I think about it, the whole thing with Tennessee and BHB, that is when B sent me a message and said, "What side are you on?" And that, in my opinion, is what caused this shit show. And then things just started happening after that caused it to grow exponentially.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was your opportunity to join her cult and do what she wants you to do, and you chose not to do that. So that's big beef. She's been big mad ever since.
And that's actually one thing that I want to address, because it's been brought to me that it's been alleged that we are working alongside BHB. That is a blatant lie.
Yeah,
I
that's
would never,
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Ever side with BHB, because even though she's not as vulgar, and I mean, she can be nasty with her mouth, as we've all seen, there's no way that I would ever be on that lady's side, ever. So
I've said it from the very
that we're in some kind of I don't even know the word they used, but like this group with her.
Yeah, we're definitely not. I mean, you know, it's just easier for them to, you know, make up a little scary story. I mean, that's how cults keep, you know, leaders keep the people in check. They make them afraid. Like, no, nobody over here is working with Betty. My opinion has never changed since the very first moment I heard about this lawsuit. I said, these fucking people deserve each other. And for me, and this is only my opinion, not Emmy's, I'm speaking specifically for myself, they already lost, in my opinion. They both lost. Because, like, One of them is just stockpiling cash and pretending that she's some type of fucking celebrity. And then the other one is out breaking rules and trying to cling on to holding on to her channel. Like both of them have lost already. You know, it's real dangerous in worshiping money, Becky. Real dangerous in that. So I hope in my heart of hearts, what would bring me joy is if they go to court and the judge tells them to both go fuck themselves. Because that's what they deserve. I mean, regardless of who was right and wrong at the beginning, it's enough. Like, it's like they're a big traffic jam in front of this community, and we all just want them to get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, and that's true, me. If minors are able to watch these channels, creators should keep that in mind. What are they learning online? And anyone can click the button that says, it says a thing pops up like it's for 8. I don't know exactly what it says, but something like, it's 18 and up. Do you wish to proceed? You click yes, I do, and then you can watch. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, I can guarantee you they're not doing that at the Hive, because that again would affect money. It's all about the money. It's not about people.
Oh, Queen Bella says, I was being messaged a lot saying I was being put into the, quote, fault of you and Sinner. I unfortunately felt, quote, scared or worried about being lumped into stuff. I asked for my wrench to be removed.
I don't even see there's a real danger in, like, even if you're right, there's a real danger in agreeing with someone else who's right against someone like that, because just like a little cult, they're gonna rally the troops against you and just discredit you and all of that. I mean, I'm very far from a vigilante or helpful in any substantial way here, but I can tell you one thing: there are a lot of people that agree with what I have to say, and they're just afraid to say it themselves. So I don't mind speaking for a few other people. Did I miss something?
I don't think so.
Judge Jake says, I agree, Sinner. I believe the judge will eventually toss it all out. I don't care if the countersuit has been accepted. As soon as the judge sees the back and forth. Yeah, I mean, like, they're both so detached for how actual human beings like exist in the fucking world, because they're YouTube fuckery, and like, your persona, whole thing, everything changes. So when they go into a cold ass courtroom with a bunch of matter of fact people, it's not going to be this fucking shit show that they, it'll be kicked straight the fuck out of there if it's such a disaster. I mean, no one's going to give their feelings don't matter there whatsoever. It's cold and it's factual, and that's it. What did she say? That's it, and that's all.
Where is... Oh, here. I really feel she's like a hybrid of Betty, MGL, and Natasha Cooper. I don't know Natasha Cooper. I've heard about her, but I've never watched her or know anything about her, really. Isn't she the one who also had the autopsy photos she was trying to put behind a paywall? Is that the same person?
Oh, no. Yeah, see, anybody who deals in that stuff, I can't F with. I mean, I definitely heard the name, but I wouldn't, if she walked in the room right now, I wouldn't know who it was.
See you, Stevie. Have a good one.
So, I mean, about her striking, in their words, four separate times, like, how are they able to still release videos, or what?
Well, they did release... When was the one came? Like, it was like, I woke up to go to work and I had a message that they had released that video. So,
yep, about the child on both Hives panel as well as Boston Knicks
Oh, that's
channel.
right. That's what it was about.
Yep, the same child. Like stranger danger once again.
So, I mean, I would assume yes that they would. I mean,
Yeah,
they clearly posted a video, so
that's exactly it, Just Jake. What judge is going to sort through YouTube nonsense? He or she will tell them both to shut up and stay off social media and quit wasting the court's time and resources. I would add to that, but yes, it's ridiculous. It is not for any greater good. Like we're not saving YouTube. I mean, if you listen and you didn't know what they were talking about, you'd swear that they were actually they were like curing cancer over there. No, they're not. They're funding someone's fucking law problem. Could you imagine a world where that becomes the making of a celebrity? Even a 2-bit celebrity at that? No way. Not my world. Let's see.
Ninja said B had that link and they watched all that in their Discord about the whole autopsy photos.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all. The way they've been talking about that young girl that's been a victim of a crime. I mean, she must have said pregnant and baby bump like 25 times in her life while denouncing other channels for making that rumor up. All she's doing is spreading that rumor. It's fucking despicable.
Yeah, and I did see Unsupervised Maniacs had a community post about Dolly Vision and his thumbnails, which are just grotesque. And to talk about this little girl who lost her life, like, why even say things like that?
Yeah, I actually don't even want to say much more about it because it just, perpetuates the rumor. But once again, shame on you, Becky, for doing that. I read that double check that transcript. You said that shit like a dozen times, saying it's wrong to say, no one should say it, but you're still saying it. Creep. But
Oh yeah, I agree, Twist. Putting Bets in her place. And I actually haven't watched BHB in a little bit. I did watch, she was live the other day. And it was a video I think she posted. It was a TikTok that she posted on YouTube and it was about Madeline Soto. And I only listened to like maybe the first 30 seconds and I was like, nope, not doing it. Like she's just using this little girl, just like every other little girl she talks about, to, get her clicks and views and her clickbait and all that other bullshit. It's not cool.
Yeah, and I've been getting, the main criticism in comments over there is like, oh, he's obsessed. No, I'm really not. I haven't even been actively, engaging in the shit except for breezing in, leaving a comment in someone else's bullshit or, making a short video. This woman goes every single day. She's talking about me and Emmy. Every single time she goes live, she says our name every time.
Well, you more than me. Like
Yeah, but she's obsessed. I mean,
and
you
she
should just
hasn't
call.
said my name because she's calling me head job or hand job. So
Yeah,
clearly it's me because she then mentions, what does she call you now? Like sour piss?
Sour piss. Yeah, that's clever.
I didn't realize piss could be sour considering it's
Well, I mean, you got to consider the source.
Okay.
You got to consider the source. I mean, this is like someone who substitutes, water with Mountain Dew and smokes a carton of cigarettes a week. So she's the sour piss, if you ask me. But I mean, we're allowed to have opinions, I suppose.
No, I did not. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. Orion says, her saying Cindy is right up there with BHB and her babe cringe AF. Yeah, I mean, Timmy was trying to do the same thing, like equate me with BHB. None of that makes sense. I mean, if they're that fucking out of their minds, they're going to connect dots like that, then good fucking luck. Because I don't. First of all, I don't even really cover true crime whatsoever. You're never going to catch me outside of a child victim's home screaming through a bullhorn or harassing. I don't harass anyone. I just call out fucking busters. That's the problem, and they have to make it about something else. Silly gooses.
Yeah, Road Rash, I agree. It's so gross to exploit and grift off children that are missing or were murdered. Just evil.
Oh, I mean, she just grifts off of anyone. I mean, it would be the most vulgar things that they're covering and getting all the details wrong and spreading rumors. And then she'll get money sent to her, and then her whole tone changes. Like, I keep saying it, but there's real dangers in worshiping money the way that she does. I mean, just the other day, it was Wednesday, I think. They were covering Paper Cut Tina having some beef with someone, and obviously her channel. This is just my observation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Paper Cut Tina's channel blew up relatively quickly, and the way she went about it, she was getting picked on and ridiculed, and a lot of people supported it for being bold and flexing her femininity the way that she did. But I don't know if you guys remember from last week, I said I was worried that she was going to get taken advantage of. And, sure enough, she trusted some of the wrong people, and she's having a difficult time pretty quickly within a week, 10 days. And she had a pretty emotional live the other day. And then Becky covered it and just completely exploited this woman's pain. Like so obviously she was laughing at her flip phone. They were all like laughing at the fact that she was shaking. I mean, do they know Paper Cut Tina has medical issues? Like, it's just, they're so crude, and I'm not going to stand by and continue to let them do that without saying something. So once again, shame on them. Like, they have no tooth. She says, I imagine Uber Eats be at her house twice times a day. Yeah, who knows? I mean, that's those tens of thousands of dollars aren't going to spend themselves. I know that.
And I'm not sure if you saw Vet Girl's comment, but she said, I just heard on the YouTube Street Center as a vet, Semper Fi, be well all.
Hey, thanks, Vet Girl. Yeah, it's very nice of you to say. But yeah, she'll probably fire up a live and make up some more bullshit.
She's already live about something right now.
Oh, of course she is.
I just got a message.
Gross. Side buster. It's fine because
she's reviewing Lana.
Did she? I bet I know what she didn't do. Present those motherfucking screenshots.
Well, I didn't check her community post. Let me go do that right quick.
He's a liar.
She has not.
No, I mean, you can't present something that doesn't exist. Because she lies. And, so all we have to do, honestly, is just keep telling the truth. And then she'll just continue to look like a fucking clown that she is until she stops doing it. But it'll be fun to cover how the rest of this case plays out. I'm doing it, objectively here. Because I really want the judge to tell them both to kick rocks. That would bring joy to my heart. Hey, thanks, Vet Girl. That's awesome of you to say. Yeah, 20 views. Well, those are, I mean, you bet your ass that she's watching us right now.
Yeah, not like even paying. Said 28 watchers.
she's going to be watching us right now and ignoring her own channel the way she always does. Like, she's rolling a blunt or, playing with her fucking birds. Who knows? Taking a nap. You see how she fell asleep on her live the other week? Snoring while people super chat.
Oh, I thought it was
How
the
many,
dog.
how many times do you see on her channel? No, that was definitely her. I mean, she's, well, if I call her a dog, then I'm a sexist, but it was her. Yeah, she was taking a snooze. How many times do you hear someone say, a fake royalty, you just got a super chat, and then it's just crickets for like a whole 10 seconds. She's like, oh, what'd you say? What'd you say? Like, she only pipes in for the super chats. Thank you, baby. The same old fucking song and dance every time. Like, holy panhandling, Batman.
Nanya says, I got a clip this week where someone asked how some of us supported her 6 months ago, and then all of a sudden we stand by none of it. For the record, most of us did not know the shit she was doing behind the scenes and the things she was lying about, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I believe to be true. I mean, in both cases, I mean, well, I would say, yeah, in both cases, in with the good Nanya and with Jones, and but I'm not this insider that they fucking try to make me out to be. I'm pretty much a one-man operation, and I kick it with Emmy. I don't have any fucking deep ties with anyone. Like, I have Nanya's back. She's always been good to me. Jones and I know far less than I know Nanya, but we never conspired against anybody. You know, that's just the way they want it. You know, they want to just discredit us. And again, the more they do it, they keep doing it to people. They just look more pathetic.
And Janice said, I know, right? I donated to her, quote, cause, but I'm so sorry I did now. I will say, in the beginning, because Betty was being Betty, I actually did donate some money to the lawyer fund at the very beginning. Not a lot, because I don't have a lot, but I did because I thought it was, just cause. So should I be able to get the receipts for that too?
Well, by what they said, yes, but no, she changed the rules again, and she says it's nobody's business at all now. So,
and I'm glad I used PayPal because I have the receipt.
I mean, she really thinks this is what cracks me the fuck up. Like, she honestly believes that because she's been on YouTube, a social media platform, with her little phone, that like she's more mature than me, a 46-year-old man that's been to fucking 18 countries. Like, she thinks she knows more about this world, and she's gonna hustle right around someone like me. Nah, I'm gonna call her out every.
Oh, you keep cutting out, Sinner. Not sure why.
Yeah, I don't know why either. Like, my screensaver is coming on, and it never does that unless I'm in StreamYard. Any case, I don't know. I call out con artists and busters wherever I see them is what I was getting at. And she kept saying, "Where? I don't even know where he's from." Well, I'm from Pittsburgh, and people from there don't allow people like you to do what you do, especially to them. I mean, like they say in the South, bless your heart.
It's rough to see people throwing their money at memberships to get to 1,200 like she wasn't already there months ago, and they keep giving it their money, but I do feel bad for them being lied to, in my opinion. And I mean, it's their money, and I agree, like, if somebody wants to give that much money to someone they just know from the internet, that's their choice. However,
Oh, yeah.
I can't give money like that because I have a mortgage and I have a car payment
Yeah, I
and
mean,
other bills that I have to pay.
yeah.
So,
I
I gave what I could, and I'm not sorry that I donated. I'm not sorry, because at the time it was what was right. And but I also think if how do I want to say this? Those saying that you have no right to ask for receipts when you didn't donate, well, I did donate. So should
still
I
know.
be
Yeah,
demanding receipts?
maybe you should. Nobody else seems to be. It seems like everyone else has like this blind faith. I mean, In what? In what? I mean, what is this false confidence that everybody shares over there in this situation? Like, I can be irrational. I've owned up to that. But I mean, I try to be, when I think about this stuff, what can make people do that exactly? And I can't figure it out. It creeps me the hell out, though. I mean, it's the same thing that would make any weird group of people do some weird shit.
And you wonder, like, is it because they believe in the cause? Is it for acceptance? Is it...
I think it's a weird combination of all of it,
because they're just generous?
I don't know. I mean, I've been around here just long enough to know that. Oh, that's what I was getting at. It kills me whenever I hear, oh, they're new, like Sinners. He doesn't know how YouTube works. No, but I do very much know how the world works and how life works and how human beings work, because I'm one of them and I interact with them every day and have been for years longer than you, Becky. So whenever you try to make it like I'm a child or I don't know what's going on or I'm confused, be very clear that there's no confusion here. I know exactly what is happening and I can see for myself. So respect your elders, chump.
And so Miss Robin, interesting you say that. So Miss Robin said, 2 of BHB's mods who never watched the Bee both got gifted subscriptions to her channel. How does that work? You do not have to be subscribed. You do not need to be... one of my Emmy Headstone account was gifted a membership, and I haven't been subbed for months.
I don't get them because I'm blocked. Which leads me to another thing I just want to get off my chest.
But I'm blocked too. So then how did I get a gifted membership? Unless she unblocked me.
She must have unblocked you, I mean, she is so obsessed with us. She's probably always like she says, tinkering. She's probably always tinkering with her settings and creeping on our shit for sure. Like, definitely.
Oh, Queen Bella. Queen Bella said it took an hour last night on the Hive to figure out how people can gift memberships. I just couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, we had to screen record that because you have to keep track of these people because they will just slander you and you want to catch it when they do. But it was like 50 minutes later that she's still pandering to get that one super chat from somebody. I'm like, ugh. Like, I for real go through moments like when I'm screen recording or clipping it. Recently, I've been making shorts on my own channel, so I have to watch some of it. The transcript helps a lot. But like I'll come to a moment where I'll be like, damn, I actually feel bad for this person or these people because they're just complete dummies. Like, I'm not going to talk about their mental well-being or anything stupid, but like it's obvious to me that they're just sad ass people doing sad ass things. And then, they come in with these fake happy laughs and shit. And it's just so see-through. I mean, I do actually feel bad for some of them. But again, they're being directed and controlled by some really nasty people.
All right. And I did see Lindsay said, if you click join and then the 3 dots, you can turn off your gift settings. Okay, I did not know that. So thank you. Because I know some people were asking in chat how to turn memberships off. And I only know, like, if you're in someone, like, for example, say Gray Hughes, I was in there and someone was gifted a membership. So if you click on that green, like where they gifted the membership, you can click allow gifts. I wasn't sure how to turn it back off. So
you could just get yourself blocked.
Good to know.
Hey, Mr. Nobody.
Hey, Mr. Nobody. Long time no see.
Yeah, I hope I just want to be clear that when I brought up Paper Cut Tina, I have the best intentions there. I wish her the best. I don't want to see people laughing at her and that other weird shit. Like, I didn't like to see that at all. And then of course, they take pass up no opportunity to exploit somebody and then talk about her handshaking and her flip phone. Just bullies, complete bullies. Twist, you're not blocked.
Oh, I think they're kidding. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, that's an awesome way to come into chat. Am I blocked? It's like, uh-oh.
So Lovewin says QB tells her audience that sending her money, quote, gets the haters pissed, and they all believe it without question while opening their wallets. It's so weird.
No. It doesn't get me pissed at all because every penny that I have in my bank account, I worked hard for, and it's a whole different sense of accomplishment when you actually, you know, have a hard day's work, or, you know, in my case, most of my money, if I complete a painting and find a buyer and, you know, I get some money for that, that's a sense of accomplishment. It's actually doing something with your existence instead of just sitting somewhere hoping, you know, today, am I going to make $100 today, or am I going to make, you know, $2,000 today? Not knowing. There's no consistency in that. And no one's going to continue. They're not going to keep just giving her money. Eventually she'll have to get her hands dirty and do some work in her life, you know.
Road Rash. Yes, Road Rash was gifted a membership. Well, they were trolling in the Beast chat. I remember that. Oh, Pookie said someone said you can get them from any channel if you have premium.
Oh yes, I heard that the other day. I forgot to mention that to you. Yeah,
interesting.
They actually said that over there on that sloppy closed panel.
Okay, well, I have premium, so that could be why.
I mean, there have been plenty of times that I would gift 5 memberships just to shake the bushes. I mean, everyone does that. But
thank you, Miss Robin. That's sweet.
Lovewind says 100% sinner. I don't feel anything other than pity for some of the people donating. Yes, that's exactly it. I mean, I touched on it in the past. I'm not sure if I made myself clear, but, you know, I've said angrily on this platform, oh, YouTube is all these people have, you know, and that sounds like such a derogatory, negative thing to say. But that's not how I meant it. I was just pissed off. What I meant is a lot of people, YouTube is all they have. And that's not even like being negative about it. That's just the fact, you know, and I feel for those people, and we should make this place as good for them as possible. You know, them being suckered into contributing to someone's legal problems for a place to feel welcomed is just fucking toxic as shit, in my opinion, you know, and I don't like it. And I think it's them being taken advantage of. Hey, Willow's listening. What up, dude?
Hey, Willow. Good to see you. Drive safe. Yeah, so me had said, so she took your money, then verbally attacks you. Maybe she forgot, right? Maybe she forgot, but it's not okay to forget. So, you know, you should remember everything that happens all the time, according to some. But maybe
I was wondering.
I donated.
I was wondering the other day, like what that creepy adult baby doll collector woman had to say about, you know, there being a child over there on the panel. Like, she seems fine with that, right? So she has a double standard in her little Canadian brain that she needs to fucking figure out.
Reverse psychology. That is a good point, Ninja. Hey, Be Kind. I'm fairly new to watching. Some of this stuff is alarming. Thank you for your transparency. Jeez. I steal my neighbor's Wi-Fi. Hopefully she'll get gifted memberships.
That's funny. I lived like 2 doors down in this really cool house right next to the police department in Santa Barbara. This was years ago, so go look for me there if you want. But the Wi-Fi that was coming from the police department was the fastest Wi-Fi that I've ever had, and it was a wide open signal. But there were times that I was just like, you know, on the internet, I'm like, I wonder if someone's going to get in trouble for like my being on their browser, I mean, on their internet, but I don't think so. But it was wide open and so fast. I mean, blazing fast. Hey, Scorpio Sting is here.
Hey, Scorpio Sting. Scorpio Sting has some of the best witty, snarky comments, I think,
Oh,
on
yeah.
YouTube.
Oh, yes. I used to be better at it, but now everyone takes me so fucking seriously. I can't even tell jokes without people like digging deeper. It's a them problem, not a me problem, though. But I mean, how convenient is it for the Hive right now? She's live. She can just go ahead and present those screenshots that she said that she had.
Well, right now she's reviewing Lana, which I'm surprised Lana hasn't. Well, then again, I don't watch Lana, so I wouldn't know if she did respond to B. But like Lana, what I've heard is not a very nice person either.
Is that blonde girl who was in court?
Truth and Transparency.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many characters on YouTube. It's hard for me to keep track of them. There's so many weirdos here that I can't keep track of them all. Like, I wouldn't even waste these hours that we waste here on Saturday talking about shit, except it's so like all she does is keep making up lies. So at least have to set it straight.
But it isn't time wasted. Let's not say it's wasting time. We're actually.
Well, no. That's not what I meant. But I mean, committing time or using time, spending time. Because time is valuable. Let's face it. You know what I mean? It is a waste of time to talk about them. It's not a waste of time to be live with you guys. But someone has to set the record straight. And once a week is just about good enough to do it because she'll start during this live with some other bullshit, you know. I don't mind being the boogeyman for her, but someone needs to tell her that the boogeyman's not real. I'm not going to break it to her.
Hey, Buttercup, thanks for joining us.
It's a cute little dog.
I know, it's so cute.
I mean, she said that she struck me. She kept saying that over and over again. And each time she said it, I was just like, why even say that? Like, that's just a lie. It's a fucking lie. It doesn't make any sense to me. And people were just eating it up. And then they're like, oh, they're just doxing everybody. Never doxed anyone one single time.
No.
I have no intentions on doing that. Never going to.
Yeah.
I'm not
and
like
to say that we were striking to dox people, I don't give a shit who somebody is. Most people, I already know they're a piece of shit. So, no.
Yeah. We're not like them. Like because that's exactly what they do. You know, that's a play in their playbook is to do that to people. That's not what we do. I mean,
Mr. Nobody, you're back. Hello again.
Hello again. So yeah, I'll wait for those screenshots patiently. I mean, I'm in no hurry. I got all week. I would humbly ask if they just leave me out of their sloppy world because I'm not the guy.
Yeah, Lisa, if you like true crime fiction, TNT is the channel for you. Seriously.
Oh, that's who you were talking about. That yeah. I don't watch that shit. I mean, I watch T-Rev every once in a while just because it's entertaining.
Oh, the other day, he had that same thumbnail, or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. He had about that little Madeline.
Oh, boy. See,
and that was in his title. And I was like, not okay.
I don't like that. So my bad. I haven't watched in a while.
No. I actually started I was religiously listening to T-Rev on my way home from work every day.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, oh.
I guess I haven't really watched a lot since he there was that escaped convict, Cavalcante.
Danilo.
Danilo, yeah. Yeah, I because he was like broadcasting the JLR and that other dude. What was the other dude's name? I can't remember. There were only two dudes out there, and he was like going back and forth, and then he did exclusive.
Oh, Nick the Hat.
Nick, yeah, Nick the Hat. Yeah. Hey, Earth. Yeah, so I watched him during that, and that shit was so. I mean, I was fully entertained, But I don't like, anything that is exploitive in any way. I'm out. I mean, that's part of the reason that I gravitated towards your headstone.
Oh, screensaver came on again.
Yep. My bad. I need to figure that out. But I think if I fiddle with it, it's gonna kick me.
Ninja, I just got that message on my phone too that YouTube is not responding and it kicked me out. Yep.
Weird.
Thankfully though, my internet has held on so far. Hey, Rockabit.
That's a cool name. So what else is going on? What else is going on in YouTube streets? I haven't been paying attention.
I don't know much. I really haven't watched much this week.
You mentioned Dolly's thumbnails.
Oh yeah, his thumbnails.
I didn't really have a chance to see any of that, but I believe you.
Well, in the one today, he is claiming that the mom is now the prime suspect in her murder. They have this prime suspect who did it in jail.
Oh.
So, and he had like 3,000 people watching.
Oh,
because
no.
Because of that clickbait bullshit. Like, it's just so gross.
Yeah, that's unfortunate part of YouTube. I mean, that's what sells, that garbage. I mean, and he doesn't even need to do that to get his viewers, you know what I mean? It just sucks. I mean, people are going to be there anyways. It's going to be a little bit smaller, but like, I'd rather, I don't know. It's difficult to criticize what someone else does, but I mean, it's pretty gross. But I mean, it's just as gross what they do at the Hive. And they'll take a rumor about a case like that they claim to be against. They'll take a rumor, about a case like that at the Hive, and they'll pretend to be against it, but they'll keep repeating what the rumor is. And like that's an old trick, it's an old double talking trick where you're saying something without saying something. It's you're still repeating what you're against, so it's weird. I mean, I saw them do the same thing about what talking about what's someone's parents. They did the same thing.
What did Scorpio say?
Be Kind is a new name, I think.
Yep, they had come in earlier. I'm not sure what Scorpio said, but they were responding to Scorpio. Where did it go? Now I lost it. Oh, I'm confused because I heard her say outright she wants their personal information. Oh, must be about, yeah, in their own words. She absolutely did say that. She absolutely did say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no interest in knowing who any of these people are in real life. I mean, remember, like the same person that's saying that I'm striking people to dox them, which is absolutely not true. I have no interest in doxing anyone. That's just complete lie. But the same person that's saying that about me is the person who was behind doxing me. The people at the Hive, no wire hangers, and these little fucking, they're like dark alley channels that just are like little hitmen for a sloppy situation. They're the ones that dox the shit out of me. And they're blaming.
And who also doxed my photo, doxed my information.
Exactly. And she promotes their channel saying, oh, they made a great video. And you go on their channel and it's like 12 videos that look like they were made in a really dingy room.
And let me rephrase. The person who doxed you is not the same person who doxed me. I was agreeing that the people in her camp were the ones who also doxed me, not
Exactly.
the same person.
Exactly. I mean, and then she supports them. She supports them by giving them shout outs and like playing their little weird videos. Like, fine, I can make videos too. I mean, two can play at this game. I mean, straight up propaganda videos that they make. It's crazy. They take information that I've already shared with everyone publicly and explain myself, and then they chop it up to make it look like it's something else. Still, to this point, unable to tell me about one single fucking thing that I've supposedly lied about. Not one. So, bring it on.
There might be a video of that somewhere out there of what they think you lied about. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, it's all unsubstantiated. I mean, it's all based on absolutely nothing. You could, what was that thing that poet said? That activist poet. He said, if you throw orange juice on me and try to convince me that I'm an orange, then I would be the insane person to believe that I'm an orange. You know what I mean? You can't just throw orange juice on somebody and call them an orange and expect them to be convinced of that. I already know what I am. No matter what they throw at me, it's all bullshit. I mean, it's an assassination, character assassination attempt, and they don't realize that first their opinion has to fucking matter of me to me for it to work. That is to say, I'm not afraid or bothered by them at all. I don't respect them. They don't respect me. But I mean, you got to lie too. It just tells me who you are. But sinner, if she keeps repeating it and them and believe it, it's all, yeah, it's true. I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, Nanya said it earlier in chat here. You know, the new rule is you don't need receipts. You just have to say you got them.
Yep.
I mean, they keep changing the rules to a game that I'm not interested in fucking playing with to begin with. They don't understand. They think I actually give a shit. She actually thinks that like someone like me would give a flying fuck about her lawyer or her legal situation. I've been saying for almost a year I don't give a fuck about it. I see it as a roadblock in the whole entire community here in YouTube. Just get out of the
Man, we have to figure out that screensaver.
Yeah, it sucks. Sorry. I just have to change I have it on 2 minutes, and then what I was saying is like this whole legal situation is just like a roadblock in this community, and all I'm saying is get the fuck out of the way. You're not that important. Like, stop it. You can still hustle money from suckers all day long without making it about me. Or my friend Emmy.
Yeah, and I see people talking about Ethan Crumley's dad trial. I did catch a little clip of that today on Law and Crime. And it had shown him when they were showing the footage, he like broke down crying, which also there was the mom this week who she shot her daughter and blamed it on her other child. She was found guilty. And what I found interesting is that while she was testifying, she was a blubbering, crying mess. But when she was found guilty, she had no emotion at all.
Strange.
Yeah. So, I mean,
well,
talk about acting on the stand.
I'm not sure how closely you followed the Crumley case at the beginning, but Icked Milk covered it really well. I mean, I was over there all the time listening to that. And it struck me that the dad had far more compassion and, he seemed to care a lot more than the mom did. She seemed like the cold-hearted one. But I mean, they both took off together and were found in a fucking warehouse somewhere. So there's that. But he seems to actually give a fuck. He seemed like he was afraid of his wife.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, I followed it closely at the beginning, but then kind of didn't really follow it after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's controversial, the verdict for the mom, but I think they got it right. I fully understand where people would want to, debate it and have a closer look at it, but I mean, if you're not a piece of shit parent, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, it's not going to be so easy to convict parents, and like in that woman's case, the Crumbly mother, it was just explicit. Like she was basically enabling it to a point where it was just undeniable to a jury. You could see clear as day what happened. She had ample opportunity to prohibit it from occurring and did nothing. Janice says, can you imagine if the dad gets off and the mom is in prison? I think he's going to get a lesser sentence, to be honest. I mean, but we'll see. If you ever hear me talking about true crime or court cases, I'm just making explicitly clear right now. I am no expert. I'm just telling you what I feel about stuff. So if I get something wrong, feel free to correct me.
Oh, Ashastic says he bought the gun, so I think they'll slam him with the book just like her.
Oh, okay. See, like I said, I don't know all the details. It just seemed to me that he seemed more with it and she seemed more conniving, but it will all come out in the wash, that's for sure.
There was one trial that came up in my feed, and now I don't remember where exactly it was, but I thought about covering it. It's about this teenage girl. She was in the car with her mom and dad, and they were driving home from something, and this guy decided to speed up to get through an intersection. He went from, I think they said, like 20 miles to 45 miles an hour, ended up hitting their car. Their car went airborne, flipped, hit another car, and this poor girl, this teenager, was pinned between their car and another car, had to have both legs amputated, and he just was found guilty, and the sentencing was right afterwards, and he was sentenced to 19 years in prison.
Jeez.
So I saw her testimony. That's what actually showed up in my feed, and I was like, wow, this might be a cool, this might be a cool.
Well, I don't know if cool's the word, but yeah.
Well, yeah, cool's not the right word.
But yeah, I mean, that's some Final Destination type stuff, man. It's scary. I think Lisa said the Rush trial is wrapped up. I wish I would have followed that. Like,
yes, I did see that too.
It's looking iffy for Alec there.
Well, it was the armorer. She was found guilty. The armorer who provided Alec the gun.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I can't speak too much on it because I didn't follow, but it seemed like from the very beginning there was speculation that she had fucked up.
Well, I mean, so clearly she did because it had a live round.
Well, what happens? Well, I know, but I mean, as far as how it happened, though, I think. So what's going to happen to him? I mean, I should have been pretty ignorant to the whole situation. It's been going on for so long.
That's a really good question.
Twist says seconds of thinking can change your life forever. Yeah, I agree. I've seen it happen.
Oh, maybe I will ask Tastic. I feel like that would be a really good one an interesting one, an educational case to go over about that teenage girl.
Ashtastic said there were multiple live rounds. See, I didn't know that. I'm sure there are really good recaps of it out there somewhere I could watch. But I mean, at the same time, no one's going to feel sympathy for a crazy rich Hollywood actor. But like, if he had nothing to do with it, and you're just on a movie set and you accidentally murder someone, like, Jesus.
Well, I mean, he was in video clips that I saw of him on set. He was acting quite brazen and irresponsible with the way he was like flinging the guns around and
Yeah.
like just,
But what
you know.
I get that, and I didn't watch the trial, so please don't persecute me. But what I'm saying is, like, what if that's a common thing on a movie set, and then, but still, like, accidentally, if he wasn't aware that there were live rounds in it, then there's
Well,
almost no
yeah.
hazard. There's almost no hazard to being, you know, irresponsible or whatever. But
Hey,
yeah,
Zero Jules.
Remy says that's a tough one. I think Alec, yeah, I think so too. I gotta watch a recap of the trial and see how testimony went. But nobody wins. I mean, even if there's a verdict of guilty, it's still, you can't get a person back from someone else's fuck up.
Agreed.
He wasn't supposed to touch a trigger. Yeah, see, I mean, I know there's protocol, but again, probably, and this is just completely just, theorizing, but like someone like Alec Baldwin, who's such a Hollywood person and basically just does what he wants, probably on set. And, who's going to say, don't put your finger on the trigger? He doesn't, probably not going to listen if he doesn't want to.
Oh, Jenny, you've worked on movies?
The Baldwin family is just like, not royalty in Hollywood, but they're like grandfathered in. There's generations of them. Could you hold on 1 second? I got to sign for a package out front.
Yeah, sure. Was anyone charged when Brandon Lee died? Yeah. And so then you think too, like, when did that standard change? And there's actually, I just actually looked up when you mentioned that. Oh no, what did I just do? Hold on a second, y'all.
Okay, I'm back. So you were talking about, I heard you guys say Brandon Lee. That
Yeah, I just found an article that I want to read.
There's some really interesting like conspiracies about the Lee curse, because Bruce Lee passed away, and then his son. A lot of people think that it was on purpose, because Bruce Lee was pretty willy-nilly about teaching kung fu in America, and the gatekeepers of kung fu were not having that shit.
So this was oh, go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, I realize that sounds far-fetched, but there are some like short documentaries that make it, pretty obvious that something was going on, whether it's that explicit or not. I mean, there are some connections. They were definitely pissed off at him.
So again, so this was last year, so 2023. Actor Brandon Lee was killed by a prop gun years before the Rush shooting death. So again, this was, 1993. Oh, exactly 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, most of that
30
scene,
years.
I think most of that scene's still in the film too. And then, I mean, The Crow is still is one of my favorite films of all time,
Oh, I had Brandon Lee posters in college on the wall.
Oh, did you?
With The Crow.
I mean,
The Crow was loved it.
And the soundtrack. I Twist said they love the theme song. There's the whole soundtrack to that. It has The Cure. It has Nine Inch Nails. It has the Kill Thrill Cult. It has all kinds of like, just really it's like a time capsule of music from '93. The Pixies are on there. I mean, there are very few soundtrack, CDs that you can just press play and listen to the whole thing through. That's one of them. Hey, Glow with Glow is here.
Yeah.
Better late than never is what I always say.
Yeah. And I watched Glow put out a couple of new videos. Well, they might not be new, but I just saw them today. One was her fuzzy cat was on her bed, and she was kind of talking about, rearranging and like just how she has it set up. It's just so cool to watch. And then she had a song, I believe it was Olivia Newton-John is the video I just saw today.
Yeah, I have to get caught up. Twisted, I have the soundtrack. Oh yeah, I just remember Stone Temple Pilots is on that soundtrack too. I mean, it was incredible for the time.
I'm sure mine is somewhere still. Oh, they were the new ones. Okay, Glow.
I've got that thing on vinyl. I only play it occasionally.
Yeah.
Lisa says there was debris in the barrel of the pew pew along with an old school blank round. And when it discharged, the wadding and projectile impacted. Wow. Okay. I got to actually look into that shit.
Yep. And that's what it says here is that Lee, who was the son of martial artist Bruce Lee, died after his co-star, actor Michael Massey, fired at him with a prop gun during filming on March 30th, 1993 in Wilmington, North Carolina. Although the revolver was loaded with blanks, the gunpowder in the blank cartridge ignited, leading Massey to unknowingly fire a bullet fragment at Lee, who later died in surgery.
Aye, aye, aye.
While Massey did not face any criminal charges, Lee's mother did successfully sue filmmakers for an undisclosed amount. And then they're saying, decades later, similar incident with Baldwin, fired a live round from a Colt .45 caliber pistol. He maintains he did not intend to fire at Hutchins, sued those involved in the handling and supplying of the prop gun, and reached a settlement in a wrongful death lawsuit filed by Hutchinson's husband.
Oh, I see.
But on Thursday, prosecutors said that he would face criminal charges. So again, this was back in 2023, though, because he was charged. Then the charges were dropped, and now he's being recharged.
Yeah, that's why it was hard. That's why it was hard for me to keep track of it. Generally, Jenny says the prop master left early because they were shooting late. There was no longer an armorer, and they just kept shooting. So yeah, that's a huge no-no. Hey, Twist has mixed tapes. I tell you what, cassette tapes are making a big comeback, and I'm here for it. A lot of the rappers on the West Coast will, you go into the record shops and you buy a cassette tape with the full album on it, and then it'll come with a little card so you can get a digital download. So you can, the tape's obviously going to wear out, but it's still the novelty of it. Pretty good idea. Twist has a lot of vinyl. Yeah, I inherited my dad's records, so I've got a lot of shit. Lots of Bowie, lots of Velvet Underground, Alan Parsons Project stuff. Yeah, you'd think before the armor would leave that they'd be responsible for rounding up all the weapons and counting any type of rounds that there were, But I mean, I gotta watch. I'm sure there's someone that did a really great recap of the whole situation because. Oh.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Oh, I thought something happened over there. It sounded like something dropped.
No, I was just adjusting my phone. I have it on this like tall candle holder, so it's closer to my face. Yeah, I used to. Here you go for it.
I was just going to read Lisa's comment. The whole story, how the live rounds got on set is a soap opera. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, when I first heard that, I was just like, how is that even a thing? Like, I just don't get it.
Alan Parsons Project? I don't know what that is.
It's a band.
Okay.
They have that "Eye in the Sky" song is the big one, and they also he also wrote and performed and recorded the Chicago Bears theme song. If you heard it, you would know it. It's in all kinds of sports video games, and they use it for big events. The second you hear it, you'd know it. I assure you. It's secretly like one of the most used songs in recent history. Hey, VKser is here.
Hey, VK, sir. Who
But I
was
mean,
the armor. Yes, the armor was just found guilty in the Rust set case. She has not been sentenced yet, though.
she is not going to be able. She is not going to be able to get those hair dyes in jail, though. That's for sure.
Oh no, she had I didn't even know it was the same person because her hair had gotten very long. It was her natural color, I would assume. It was all brown. She's a really pretty girl, and unfortunately, I mean, she made a really, really bad mistake.
Oh, Lisa said, Cinder, are you talking about Rush? She didn't leave. She was outside the church. See, yes, yeah, that's how little I know. So I'm going to stop speaking about it. I was reading someone else's comment that said that I'm kind of not up to speed with the details. So don't listen to me. Yeah, it seemed odd that there would still be weapons out. I mean, she probably has cases to collect them and put them in. So if she was gone, I mean, I got to watch. But it looks like we're just about at 2 hours. I mean, you got anything else we want to talk about?
I don't think so. I had just looked up real quick. I looked up the Hannah Gutierrez Reed, who was the armorer who was just found guilty, and the New York Post, and again, I take their stories with a grain of salt, says that Hannah is, quote, struggling behind bars as she waits out sentencing on a manslaughter charge in the 2021 death of Helena Hutchins, according to her lawyer.
Interesting. Twist says, does dinner do true crime? I don't think. I mean, I just follow some of these cases just because people I like around here do, but I don't do true crime. I've been arrested before, if that's what you mean. So I guess that was a true crime.
Oh, Lisa says very lax rules in New Mexico was the first thing.
You know what? I saw that. She said that would never happen in LA. I believe that too. Well,
yeah,
because LA is the industry. You know what I mean? Everyone knows what has to be done. Whether it gets done is one thing, but it's probably part of the lore of productions to go and film in New Mexico. It's a little more lax, and they don't have to worry about But if they're not being responsible, look what can happen.
And I just put a photo of her booking photo on the screen. She doesn't look anything like she did when it happened.
No. She's still on the way to get some eyeliner, though. What the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah.
She's only 26.
What was the sentence, or is there no sentence yet?
She hasn't been sentenced yet. Let's see.
Okay. Hey, Gina Marie. Welcome in.
But I know her lawyer tried to get her released until sentencing, and the judge said no. She was just accused. She was just found guilty of murder.
Yeah.
So manslaughter, but same difference.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna get caught up on that tonight because I'm I'm behind on all kinds of shit. I still have to watch this week's episode of Kill Tony.
Oh, and so it says she's awaiting sentencing, facing the possible maximum of an 18-month prison term. The same punishment Baldwin could see if he were to be found guilty. His criminal trial is scheduled to begin on July 9th.
18 months? 18
Yeah.
months? I mean, 18 months is nothing. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm. And his trial is expected to last 8 days.
Lisa says, email me. I will, because I know you know where the good information is. So I definitely will email you. Yeah. But 18 months is, I mean, for taking someone's life, that's what, I mean, what even is that? That's insulting to that person's family, in my opinion.
I agree.
I mean, I think it should be a minimum that's far higher than 18 months. It should be 5 years, and you should have to fucking do something while you're in there and not just sit on your ass. That's what I think. Like that, I mean, the justice system, we just put someone in a cage and expect something to happen. Like, we have to fucking, that's a whole different life.
And Gina Marie, we just talked about Brandon Lee. It stated that his mom did get, his family, I should say, got financial compensation, monetary compensation, but there were no criminal charges filed. So 30 years ago, when it happened with Brandon Lee, nothing happened. And now, fast forward 30 years, they're now being charged.
Everyone wants to make clear that it is involuntary manslaughter.
Right. So but she still took someone's life.
Yeah, 18 months.
Should have a little bit more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just try to imagine what it would be like to be the family of the person that was, the victim of this.
Right, because they don't have their loved one the rest of their life. Whereas,
yeah, and there'll be a big circus, when the those found guilty go to jail, and they'll get all kinds of press, and then they're going to be treated like royalty behind bars, and then they're going to get out 18 months and have to relive the whole fucking situation with these people getting out and getting interviewed, like, because they're celebrity. So, I mean, it's never going to end for the poor family. That's the I mean, that's the dark part of it all.
And I did see the armorer's initial interview by law enforcement. And I don't know, at that point, is it Helena? I think it's Helena.
Helena, yeah, I think that's right.
I don't think she realized that Helena had died, but she had said to law enforcement, I'm never going to work as an armorer in this business again. It wasn't about, oh my God, somebody got shot. Oh my God, are they okay? It was, I'm never going to work as an armorer in this field again.
Well,
I just thought that was interesting.
Well, I mean, interesting for sure, but Lisa's our resident expert in how these things work, and she could tell us that's the way LA is, baby. I mean, people will be worried they'll step right over someone that passes out in front of them, literally.
The husband of Helena was made an EP as part of the settlement when they finished shooting up in Montana. Gross. What is EP? Oh, executive producer? What? That is so weird. Yeah, gross, weird. Like what?
Well, I lived in Santa Barbara, where his name was David Adius. He was this Adderall-ridden college kid, and there's this part of town outside of UCSB that's called Isla Vista. It's basically the little town, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles north of Santa Barbara, where the university is. And there's this road. There's a couple of roads that line the whole thing, and on Friday and Saturday nights are just full of people. Well, this kid came barreling through the crowd in his car and killed a bunch of people, and we were all there. Like, we had to run into our apartment and get blankets off the back of the couch to cover people up. And this kid at the time, The Sopranos was a big hit, and this kid's dad was one of the executive producers of The Sopranos. So I mean, there's you know, Hollywood has a bunch of knuckleheads for sure.
I agree, Lisa. She was a little punk. Like, just, yeah, and I had watched the interview, like, right after it happened. She was sitting in it looked like a police cruiser. Maybe it wasn't a police cruiser. It could have been like just another SUV, but that's the interview that I saw, and where she had said, "I'll never work as an armorer in this field again."
That's so smug. What a thing to say at a time like that, you know? Sheesh.
Oh, she only had one previous film credit?
I mean, it's so, were they trying to save money or what? You'd think there'd be a surplus of weapons handlers out there in New Mexico, man. What the fuck? But yeah, we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
That way we don't get accused of having a 5-hour live about some turd.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry. And
Awesome. Well, I guess I should offer a quick summary because I was all over the place. My channel Sinner is perfectly fine. Never got struck. I don't plan on doing anything to get struck for. So she didn't take my channel or any of that weird shit that she was saying. What she did was strike, in their own words, 4 times, thinking I'm them because she's a big dummy. So other than that, she was the first person ever to use my actual name on YouTube, and I can prove that as well. It was on her own live. She did it. But she claims that Emmy and I have gone by our first names on YouTube. So I challenge her to produce those screenshots that she said she has.
yes. And we did ask for them on our community post as well.
I'm in no hurry. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So take your time. Other than that, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, it was fun. And I hope y'all can join us next week. Same time, same day, unless something, of course, comes up. But we will be planning on going live again next week, same time.
Yep, that's the plan. It'll be just weekly updates. I had to take some time for myself this week because these people were driving me nuts, but I'll be back in full speed next week, so I'll have more notes and stuff like that to cover with you guys. I got to go see what that Dolly shit is about because I keep hearing about it. I don't really promote Laura too much because like you get in trouble if you do, but her live from earlier was fucking very funny, so I would recommend checking it out. I think I'm gonna go clip some of what she had to say and make a little short for fun. So keep an eye for that.
Yes, it should be good. All right,
Awesome.
y'all. Have a great
Good night,
night.
everybody. Peace.
Peace.